So he'd sometimes mix it up. Okay, so this is going to be kind of fast and dirty here. First time I'm recording at this setup, so there's going to be glitches, lighting, blah, 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 but we'll get through it. We just got to dive in. All right, so we're working on that second page of the Neil Peart ride, as I've came to call it. Everybody knows what it is if you've ever worked on any Neil Peart song. He didn't use it as much early, and he didn't use it as much later, but there was that kind of sweet section where you heard it a lot. So, sticking on it, top of the second page, that 1B example, it's right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, right. And we're doing that 2 times in that example right there. So it sounds something like this. Ready, and a go, and... All right, then example 2, B, we take that over and just bring the right hand over to the right cymbal, do the exact same pattern. Ready, and go, and. Now, he does this on the bell, but we're just, for the sake of example, we're just staying on a nice, easy, large surface here. All right, so now the third line of this, 3B, that is more just kind of showing you what the bass drum is actually doing here. So it's a straight up rock groove, and we'll take it at the same tempo. Here we go. Ready, and go, and. And just in case you want to see what my foot is doing on here, all right, we have this camera here. So here it is. Ready, and go, and. Again, it's something that we've already done quite a bit of on patterns like this, but let's do it at a higher rate of speed. Oh, ready, and go, and. All right, so now 4B, we're going to bring the tempo back down. We're going to take that bass drum pattern from 3B and join it with example 2B, where we had that pattern of right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, right. All right. And here's what we end up with. I'll switch cameras here. There we go. That's better. Getting used to that. All right, so here is 4B back at our slow tempo. Ready, and go, and. Okay, so we're going to do that example 4B, where we start slowly working in what we were doing on the 2B example, when we're going to take that 3B example and have that kick drum going on in there. So this is what it sounds like. Example 4B. Ready, and go, and. All right, now we want to try and work into that and get a little bit more speed on it. I'm going to do this 2 times now, so 4 total measures, a little quicker. Ready, and go, and. All right, so now we're going to start working in a little bit more of that ride. The third beat of example 5B, we start getting a little extra left hand in there on the E count, all right? So we'll slow it back down, example 5B. ready, and go, and. All right, let's do that one again. Ready, and go, and. All right, let's add some speed to that. There you go. Ready, and go, and. And right there, just that alone, without doing some of the extra stuff in there, that starts sounding pretty sweet. We get a little bit more speed on that, and we start getting something more like this. 1, 2, ready, go. Yeah, that's starting to sound a lot like the Neil Peart ride, as I call it. All right, so now let's go on to 6B. We're going to add another right hand to that third beat. And it's very paradiddly. It's a right, left, right, right. But we got that kick drum in there that kind of throws us off. So let's do that again, slower. And let's just run that and go through that a few times. All right? I'll only do it twice right now. 6B. Ready, and go. All right, I'm going to slow that down one even further. That's the one that trips us up a lot of the time. Ready, and go, and. All right, let's take the opposite direction, speed that up a little bit more. 1 and 2 and ready and go and. All right, so now we're getting into 7B. Now, also, let's address the fact that Neil did vary this pattern from time to time. And so this isn't verbatim, what he did in every single example. There's ghost notes in here that have been eliminated. We're just trying to get the primary pattern down. The ghost notes come fairly natural here, and we'll work into that. But this is going to be plenty to get us rolling on the big stuff and give us the real initial chunk of it all. All right, so let's switch back over here to our overhead camera. Take a look at 7B, all right? This adds another little weird right in there on beat 4. It's on the E count there. Let's do this nice and slow. We'll do it 2 times. Ready, and go, and. All right, so that one gets a little bit funky, but it's a lot of fun. Let's take that up a little faster. We'll do it twice again. Ready, and go, and. Yeah, that's a big chunk of it. Now, what we want to do is, since we're going to be going kind of in and out of this a little bit, to kind of really own the pattern, I always like doing just a kind of a check pattern in front of it where we just do kind of the primary rock groove that we're using, and then we change over to the Neil Peart ride pattern there. So again, this is the example, Roman number 2, toward the bottom of the page, where we're just doing that simple rock groove, And then we are doing that right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, right. And so that is the pattern that we're going for there. All right, so let's do that Roman number 2 there at the bottom. And let's play that twice, slow tempo. Ready, and go, and. All right, let's pick that up a little bit. 1 and 2, ready, and go. All right, let's really get some speed on that. 1, 2, ready, go. And of course, then the practice end of that, we'll do a 2 measure check pattern of that rock groove. Then we'll do 2 measures of the Neil Peart ride pattern. All right. So here that is. I'll do it at kind of a medium-ish tempo. 2 times. It'll be 8 total measures. 1 and 2 and ready and go and. All right, Neil does do a subtle variation sometimes where he drops off that last kick drum, which is the and of count 4 of our measure. So where he did have it as using it more like the bell pattern that he did. That's kind of what that subtle variation is. So he'd sometimes mix it up. All right, so there you go. That's kind of some examples for you to work with. Let me know if you have questions on it. All right, take care.